This is a podcast for all 12:51 AM. I'm Aaron Zolnai-Lucas and I'm here with the Strypes. Good evening.
Good evening.
And I've caught them just before their gig here at the Assembly in Leamington Spa. What is your routine before a gig usually like?
Well, we don't really have any kind of rituals or things we do, like a lot of people ask us about that, but it's just, I suppose, the gig day is so full.
Yeah, like we got up at 5 o'clock this morning to
5
fly
a.m.
here. Now that wouldn't be every day, but we flew in this morning and straight here, straight into setting up and sound check and all that. The only thing that sort of slightly resembles a ritual would be just as we go on stage, Evan's father, Niall, the manager, just says "don't be shit." It's not a bad mantra.
Yeah. So do you not get nervous anymore? Had too many for that?
Never really got nervous.
I never really did personally, but then maybe certain gigs.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's when you're on stage with more. I guess it was maybe just you yourself. I feel maybe conscious then, but I think because there's four of us, you know, you don't feel like all the pressure's on you. Maybe
Right, you kind of bounce off each other.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Because you've been gigging for quite a few years now. 4 or 5, is it?
Professionally, 4 or 5.
Yeah. And then probably like six or seven together, like playing together, and then we've known each other even longer than that.
Yeah, because you started out really, really young, right? So
We were playing in the
Kind of.
pubs and that in Dublin at the age of 14 or 15.
14,
Yeah,
15,
very,
right,
very
yeah. Okay, cool. And your album Spitting Image is just out, right? About 3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
How's the reaction been to that so far?
It's been amazing, yeah. We've been delighted with a lot of the reviews and even the tour we've been doing across England at the moment. The reaction's been amazing. People have been singing along, and if we after every gig we sort of normally pretty much hang around, go down and say hello and all that sort of stuff. And they've been really complimentary. They've been telling us their favourite songs and how bits they enjoy and all that. So it's been received very well. It's as well received as an album you can really expect to be. So I think, like, you know, at the level we're at and all that, it's been really exciting to finally have it, because we recorded it in November of last year. So we've been sitting on it for a long while.
Quite a while, yeah.
It's finally out is very exciting.
You must have been a bit worried, right? Because it's quite a different sounding album from your previous work, I'd say. It sounds a bit more, I don't know if I could say, like kind of coming of age. Not that the previous things weren't, but it's kind of, before it was like young, energetic rock, and now it's kind of a bit more collected.
Yeah, I think it's the first time we've felt like we've actually gone into the studio to make a record. With the first 2 records, it was kind of just done on the road, so we never really got a chance to.
Alright, yeah.
You know, we didn't really have any time to sort of sit down and write ever. You know, because we were all constantly touring, so we got a bit of time off at the beginning of last year, and we kind of got to formulate some ideas. So I think that's why it's definitely a lot more cohesive than the previous 2.
So before, would it just literally be like the first thing that comes in your head on tour?
Yeah, I mean a lot of the songs, any of the original songs off the first record are some of my first songs ever. So
Right, yeah.
That was that we were in an unusual kind of situation that the way that the band got signed really on the strength of the live act and the kind of buzz generated around that, and so then we all had to kind of find our feet as a studio band from that.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, this were as like, you know, Dr. saying there that like this album really felt like a concerted effort to, like, you know.
Do you feel like you're more of a live band still now?
It's certainly the strongest bit of our shtick is the live things, the bit that we're sort of best at and most sort of comfortable doing and could do. I don't say easily, like, but our like, we find easiest to do.
Cool. Yeah, I also saw you're playing at Hyde Park in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Excited for that?
Yeah, we can't wait.
Which is summertime. And also at Seagate Festival, which is one that's quite close to me because I'm from there. Have you ever been there before?
Never been.
That's a little island, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's like an island in the Danube in Budapest. You'll have great fun. It's really
Yeah, we've heard a lot about
We
it.
had a few friends who went a few years ago and said it was just bonkers. Like,
Yeah, it's
insane.
pretty mental.
Well, I'm a bit scared what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's usually really like hot weather as well. Not that it isn't here now as well. It's basically like this all the time, I guess. There.
And you're from there, you said?
Yeah, I'm half Hungarian. Yeah,
Oh, right,
so, yeah,
cool.
I've been there a couple of times. Yeah. So obviously you guys became successful when you were about 16, 17. Would you say it was kind of overnight? As in, you released an EP, right, and it kind of became one of the most downloaded records in Ireland.
Yeah, I
Were
guess
you expecting that?
it looks like that from
Yeah.
from obviously if you just look at the stats and go,
Yeah.
we released this and this month, but we were gigging for like a solid year and a half before that, and I mean, so it felt quite gradual for us, but then at the same time I think when you look back it feels very sudden.
That's the thing, that the fact that, like, by the time we actually got gigs in London and stuff, it was like late 2012 was when we started gigging in London. We landed into this kind of buzz because we had record company interest in Ireland already, and the word kind of spread over when we got gigs there.
Okay,
so it kind of looked like we just landed into this situation, and it was like, oh, first ever gig, and there was like 10 men there. But it was like we've been playing for ages before that.
We'd already gone to like 200 gigs at that point.
Like the EP had been out the guts of the year by the time that all that sort of stuff started happening. You know what I mean? It was like
when the EP came out in was it April 2020?
Yeah.
We only got signed in December 2020.
Right,
There was a lot of
it was a gradual process really. It happened inside the year, but it was like
to you guys it was more like hard work, grinding together. You picked up like quite a lot of illustrious fans, like quite famously Dave Grohl and Noel Gallagher and stuff. Do you think that's like helped it all move along? Have they been useful, or is it more kind of does it build pressure even?
No, I think it's just thing for a week. You know, obviously it's lovely when people that you admire are saying nice things about the band, but it's kind of like at the time it was cool because it was something to talk about or whatever. But it's just a headline for a week and then it's gone again. It doesn't really do anything for the longevity of the band.
No, fair enough. I noticed you guys are a fan of guitar solos, which some people might say is a dying art these days. What do you think the place of the guitar solo is these days? Mainly asking.
To play on our records. I don't know. Yeah, fucking everybody loves a good guitar solo. Nobody likes a bad one. But I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's a lot of guitar bands don't really do that. I don't know why.
Scared of it, right?
Maybe people don't want to sound pretentious or whatever. But I don't know. All our favorite records have solos in them.
Yeah. Even on this album as well, there was the way the solos are constructed as well. It was kind of stuff put into that, wasn't there? Like with Ethan and
just actually working out stuff this time around as opposed to I used to just go into the studio and just sort of play a solo and just see what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas this time around it was like solos were kind of written. You know, I kind of like had to sit down for a while, which was really nice. It kind of helped me playing a lot. But people shouldn't be afraid of guitar solos.
You don't get any like pressure off the label to not include them or anything.
No, we actually didn't get any pressure off the label at all on this record.
Didn't
even fucking come. But, which was great because they gave us the freedom to just walk away, and when it was done, they were happy with it, and that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Right. What's each of yours favorite song off the new record?
I like Get It Over Quickly. It's one that I thought sort of again, a lot of the songs I write are basically me going, right, I want to copy a song I really like.
Right.
And so that was sort of...
Should you be saying that already?
It's grand, sorry. Let people understand. Nicking is the key to creativity.
Right,
I was just nicking a Graham Parker song, so it sort of fulfilled that fantasy. I was like, oh yeah, I'll try and do a Graham Parker song. I half managed it and was happy with that.
Yeah.
I like Need a Break from Holidays, the third track in the album, and it was one of the first songs me and Pete kind of jammed out together and worked on the arrangement of, and it's just I like the kind of fast punky kind of feel of it. That's very much what I'd be into. And I like the keyboard in it as well. It was good fun doing that.
Did you do the keyboard?
I actually did.
You did the keyboard.
Probably Great Expectations is my favourite, just because it's just one of my favourite lyrics I've ever written, and then also just from thinking of it and coming up with the original structure, it actually didn't change at all from to the end, so I'm kind of happy that it remained completely intact from my original idea.
And that's your current single at the moment?
Yes, it is, which you can buy online now.
Grin and Bear for me was the narrative.
Okay, fair. It's like what the storytelling in the song, right? Okay. Is the lyrics all usually one person or people chip in?
Well, the last two albums were mostly Josh, and then this sort of album, myself and Ev sort of knuckle down and work quite hard on that and kind of getting some songs together. And again, so it's sort of mostly half and half, which has been great.
Cool. Yeah, I think we can leave it there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, we could go on if you like, but
have you got any questions?
Okay, fine. Well, what's your favourite gig and your worst gig you've ever done?
We did a festival in France called Festival VI Charou, I think how it's pronounced. Now I could be butchering the language there, but it was that. But for whatever reason, it just the stars aligned. It was just a fantastic gig. Couldn't say for whatever particular reason, but just we played really well. The crowd responded amazingly well. It was lovely and hot. It was in France. It was on a big stage. It was great fun. Worst gig was probably the one after that because that one was so good.
Were you still hungover?
The worst gig was probably on Saturday.
That's
my least favourite gig of all time.
Yeah.
Last
Saturday just gone.
We just did a gig on Saturday. No, it wasn't the crowd. The crowd were alright.
They were great.
Yeah, but everything else. We played this festival
We don't want to name
in a
names
place in England.
Well, that's where it was.
On Saturday.
Last Saturday.
If anyone wants to check the dates.
Do that what you will, right?
And everyone was just everyone was just horrible. Except the crowd. The crowd were the only but everyone else was prick.
Everyone involved in the organisation.
Yeah.
It was
The worst gig for me was we did a gig in Pete's old secondary school, and I forgot every word to every song.
It was one of the first gigs we did last year actually,
And I had a big mental
for a
block.
charity event in the secondary school.
Did
yeah,
anyone realise?
It couldn't have gone.
Yeah, it was a good 5 minutes of just silence.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
it couldn't have gone worse.
You don't go to 13 or 14-year-olds for pity applause.
Yeah,
If they don't like it, they will not fucking applaud, and it's terrifying.
Time for like a really long, like free jazz.
Exactly. A jazz opus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's got an opus in them.
What would you guys say to like bands starting out now? What could they do
Give
to
up.
help?
Have us as your major inspiration. We're a good band to be inspired by.
That's it, yeah.
Look at our career. Don't
Don't do
that.
it.
Yeah.
Any decision we made, make the opposite decision.
Yeah, you'll be okay.
You've done okay.
I've done alright, yeah, but imagine how good we could have done.
I think just have a very, clear idea of what you want to do, what sort of band you want to be, and just work hard at it. There's no try and find this guy and just be a good band.
Yeah.
Just practice a load and get good. And
Yeah.
that's literally all you can do.
Yeah, you kind of have to go out and find the work and the opportunities and stuff like that,
And
and try and stand out in some way.
You do have a gimmick, but not a stupid gimmick.
Right.
But the same as anything, you get back with the work you put in. If you don't work hard, it's not going to happen. It'll just fade away. The trouble with most young bands is getting people to commit as well, because by the time people want to start being in bands, that's when you're either looking at exams or there's college you need to go to, or there's a job you need to get. So it's finding people that have the patience to actually commit to it and all that full time. You know what I mean? So that's a struggle. There's nothing to do with that.
Fair enough.
If it's not going to work, you should go solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, speaking of which, I was thinking of asking, because you're obviously all from Ireland, what's your opinion on Galway Girl?
Oh, which one?
As in the Ed Sheeran
The current
song.
Galway
Yeah.
Girl.
It's an abomination.
It's
embarrassing.
pretty pathetic now.
Shouldn't exist
then.
Shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
That's the verdict.
It's laughable.
Yeah.
England can look forward to his next single being Scunthorpe Girl or something like that.
It's Scunthorpe Lads.
Yeah.
There's another Irish one on the record, isn't there? It's Nancy Mulligan.
Yeah, we haven't heard any of the other songs.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
No,
But
definitely.
Galway Girl's been all over.
But we've heard, but the original Galway Girl,
As in
the
Steve,
real Galway Girl,
the legend of
Oh,
Steve
for
Earle.
shit.
is a good tune. It's a great tune. It's a great song.
Yeah, sorry, should have specified. Out of interest, what's your Blue Peter badge for?
This Blue Peter badge came out of years of hard work and dedication and honking at Blue Peter to send me one.
Literally,
Is it
Just
a
literally-
secret?
bringing up.
No, it's
Oh,
just
you just said,
send
oh,
letters
give me one.
all the time.
Oh, I thought you had to kind of do a
No,
challenge
just
for it.
kept
Oh, okay.
kept
Exception for this,
did not leave.
Yeah.
letters. So you can't.
Well,
you can't-
the challenge was to get a Blue Peter badge
Exactly.
for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
Okay,
They gave me one when I got one. They gave me one, so I got two.
You gave me a sheet up. Nice.
Yeah, just really like the program.
Fair enough. Is it even around anymore?
It is. It still is. See, that's the thing. Everyone says that, like, Blue Peter even on anymore. When was the last time you watched CBBC?
I actually
that's quite a while ago.
seen a headline yesterday that said Blue Peter
Done for massive cocaine binge.
No, aired a show that had absolutely zero viewership.
Oh no!
Absolutely zero.
Oh,
it was like
no.
2 days ago.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
That's terrible.
yeah.
That's embarrassing.
So it's a lie.
Well, all of the presenters left from when we were.
They'll all be changed now. We'll take a rolling door and it'll be all
Yeah.
rolling. What the fuck?
rolling
door. A revolving door. It's a rolling door of people.
Yeah.